Okay, let's see if we can stay unfrozen this time. I am back. I am back. You guys come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Okay. Now I have to go through sharing it out all over again. Yes. Even what was on my community tab. Isn't that something, guys? You can't win for losing, can you? Come on now. All right. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let's hopefully I wasn't on anything. I only have one other television on in the house that's using Wi-Fi. So I took my phone off of Wi-Fi as well. And we'll see. Trying to get the live chat up here. Thank you guys for coming back in. Thank you so much. Yes, let me see here. I saw a couple of other people that had come in just as I was thank you, Ola Joe, for coming back. How are you? I'm in the ads. All right, we ain't mad at you, lady. We ain't mad at you. Yes, I saw Fazbear had come in and somebody else that I couldn't see. I couldn't catch the name fast enough before it actually went off of my screen. Yes, let me sit back some away from the screen so I won't be so up close and personal. Yes. All right, all right, all right. Let me see here. I don't know if I want to share this out or not. The way it had acted up before, I'm gonna go and take that off of my community tab since it's no longer available there. Hello, Nani. I'm so glad you made it in. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? I got froze on my first time around, and I just came back on. So hopefully it'll stay this time, guys. Hopefully it'll stay. Yes. Hey, Bree Bree. Hello, hello, hello. Look at y'all. Y'all in mod world. Got my mods in here. This is mod world. All right, all right. How you doing? How you doing? Yes. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. I'm good. I'm doing good, Nani. I'm doing good. Feels like I haven't been on live forever. You at work, Bree Bree? Come on, Bree. What you eating? I know you eating something, Bree Bree. I know you're eating something. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm trying to pull it back up here on my computer so I can see it closer. Oh, snap. Bree, Bree, girl. What you cook over there? Come on now. I'm proud of you, girl. So happy. Look at her cooking. There you go. There you go. I know it's something good and I know it's probably something healthy too. Yes, awesome and amazing. This isn't going to be, I'm cooking spaghetti. I had fish and spaghetti today. I fried some catfish, cooked some spaghetti, made some broccoli. Monty Mama, hello, hello, hello. How are you? So glad to see you, Auntie Mama. So glad to see you. Yes, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. You were the other person I think I saw just as I was frozen. And I was trying to see, I saw a few more people coming in. I'm here now. All right, over Joe. Yes. Look at this. This is my city. Bree Bree says cilantro, lime, chicken, mushroom, ravioli, white corn with bacon and onions and fried. Girl, when you gonna start taping it? Come on now. You could be taping that, girl. That sounds delicious. Yes, that sounds delicious. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Auntie Mama says, great. Yes, you were. Yes, I was frozen last time I came online. But guys, I have a Wi-Fi extender that should have been here yesterday. So trust me, I'll be calling the company first thing in the morning because that should help me stay unfrozen. It should also help me to be able to use StreamYards again. I couldn't use StreamYards anymore at all. Hello, Just Teresa. How are you? How are you? Thank you for coming in. So good to see you. So good to see you. And so I thought I would have had it yesterday, but it has not arrived yet. Thank you, Auntie Mama, for sharing me out. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Awesome, Teresa. I'm happy that you're doing well. Doing well. Yes. So hopefully that will help me because I want a couple of things that I want to do um, over here on this channel. For one, I will let all of you all know, and I will probably say this more than once tonight because this is one of the main things that I wanted to share with everybody when I said major channel announcement. I will not be going live on Chef More anymore, except for an occasional cooking demo live. I will not be going live on Chef More anymore, except for cooking live cooking demos periodically. I hope to get those going to the point that I'm doing them maybe once or twice a month. But for now, to just be whenever. I will, however, be live over here on Container Crops. Still grinding out, Chef. Just hit that head. All right, Teresa, you are. Come on now, you halfway there. There you go. It's gonna be. You know what? It's gonna be downhill from this point forward. You're gonna hit the half. It's going to seem and appear that you're going to hit the other half much quicker than you hit the first half. Yes. Let me see. Auntie Mama says, "Oh my, I really miss you." Auntie Mama, that's what I'm saying. You can catch me here on Container Crops. I will be still going live. I will probably be going live once or twice a week on Container Crops, not on Chef and More. I have had so many people asking me when they see me in other lives, um, it's a long way off. No, it's gonna be short. It's gonna feel shorter. I'm not gonna say it is because I mean halfway mark is a halfway mark. 5 up, 5 up, 5 down, 5 down, halfway mark. Yes, but I have had so many people in when they see me in other people's lives, me all the time. When are you going live? When are you going live again? I miss you. When are you going live? And there's a reason behind that I'm testing. And I don't know if it's going to work, or I don't know if it's working, or whatever. And I won't know for a while. But at any rate, I wanted to. Hello, Aura. Hello, hello, hello. Man, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I love your cooking videos. I've done a few. It was great, but I have to say I really screwed up the big, the blooming onion. Is that what you're talking about, Teresa? The blooming girl. Try it again. You can do it. Try it again. You can do it. Yes. And so everybody's asking me, when are you going live? When are you going live? And I never realized I was like, I'm not anymore on Chef anymore. I mean, but I mean, no matter where I am. So for those of you all who want me to go live and miss me, oh no, I'm frozen again. You know what? I'm gonna just let it stay froze. If you all can hear me, let me know. This happened last time, and last time it happened, I just continued my live as if I was behind the avatar. So you know what? I'm gonna act like that frozen picture. If y'all can hear me, can you hear me? Because if you can hear me, yes, all right. Thank you, just Teresa. You froze. I know, right, Ola Joe? But you know what, Ola Joe? The last time he did this, not today, but the last time I was on live and I froze like this, I left it like that. And I continued on my live for a whole nother hour. Because you know what? It's no different than if I was on StreamYards behind the avatar. So now, as long as y'all can hear me, and maybe it will unfreeze, but I'm not gonna take it down again. It actually went down, so if it go down, I can't help that. Yes, you remember Ola Joe. Yep, I just kept it going because I mean, if you all can hear me, that's the biggest thing. I mean, I would love for you all to see me too, but okay, that's all right. That's strange. It does that. True, just like behind exactly, just the reason. So instead of me trying to start it over and freezing again and going back and y'all coming back and leaving and coming back, forget that noise. Y'all got me froze tonight. At least this froze picture looks better than the last froze picture. What y'all think? And you know what? It looks crazy, but that's okay. It'll be froze. Hello, Don. How are you? How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Yes. So that's my avatar, guys. But as I was saying, for those of you all who come on now, Bree. I know, right? It's froze again, Bree. I'm gonna leave it like that so y'all can hear me. Um, Bree, Bree, you know you make me laugh all the time. Come on now. Yeah, so a lot of people have been asking me, when are you going to go back on live? And I'm telling them I'm not anymore on Chef and More. So if you guys do not have my bell on over here on Container Crops, please turn it on so that when I pop up live over here, you'll know, because just like on Chef and Mar, really, before I was monetized, I came on every night, every night, every night. But after that, it was like whenever. I just popped up whenever. And it's pretty much like that now on Container Crops. I'll just be popping up. I don't have a set schedule as far as my lives. Hello, Oreo Mouse. I'm doing fantabulous. I'm going to try to duke it out with you, but I may not make. All right, Bree B, no worries. Yes. Hello, Fazbear. How are you? How are you? I'm still froze, Fazbear. I'm gonna leave it like this since you all can hear me. I'm so glad you made it in. It's just like me being behind the avatar. So I just got a big avatar. Everybody else got the little circle avatar. So I'm blessed. I got the big avatar. I got the full effect avatar. How about that? Yes. I got the full effect avatar. I'm waiting on my pain in the butt balls to drop. Oh my goodness. Yes. I know Mr. Faz book. I know, right? Yes, I have the full effect. See, I'm blessed. Everybody else have to be behind a little round circle avatar. But me, yes, I have the full effect avatar. But yes, so that's one of the main things that I wanted to say with the major channel announcements. My lives will no longer be on Chef and More. They will be on Container Crops. Um, I am waiting on a Wi-Fi extender, which should have been here this weekend, like Saturday. And it's not here yet, but hopefully it'll come tomorrow. As soon as it does, one of the other things that I'm going to be doing over here, we will be doing a lot of discussions about gardening. So anybody that wants to grow anything, anybody that already is growing anything and knows about growing, such as Ola Joe, the crocheting gardener. No, Ola Joe, the gardening sailor. That's right. Ola Joe, the gardening sailor. I'm about to stumble. All right, Bree Bree. See, I know Ola Joe knows about growing things. I'm going to have different people. Yep, I'm going to have different people come up on the panel, and I'm going to have open discussion, and I'm going to invite different people. Like if you have a question about something you're growing, I don't know the answer. Anybody that's going to be in the stream that knows the answer or has experience with that or has experienced growing it or not growing it or something like that can come up and give their information on what they know and their knowledge about it. So I'm gonna be doing that a lot as well. And then I hope to be able to uh, knock on the doors of some larger channels in gardening and invite them to come on the panel and talk about different things. I would love to be on the panel. So I was like, well, yes, it does. And that's what the plan is, but I have to get that Wi-Fi extender. That's why I can't use StreamYards anymore. I can't do the green stream. I can't do anything because just like I'm frozen now, I can't even remotely get on. I can't even remotely get on the. I can't even remotely get on the StreamYards. That's what I'm trying to think of. My computer just blinked out on me. I'm like, what's going on here? And so my plug was unplugged. So I can remotely get on StreamYards right now, but that's one of the plans for StreamYards. And I think I have a lot of people that's up on my roof. And I just want to say that if you're up there, you are more than welcome to jump down out the bushes and come on in the live and chat and speak and give me a thumbs up. But if you want to stay in the bushes, that's all right. Just hope you don't get no thorns while you're up there. Hope you don't get no thorns. Um, So yes, that's the plan, and like I said, I hope to be going live a couple of times a week over here on Container Crops. I'll either be out in the garden
But as the weather changes, of course, I won't be out there as much as I will be in the spring and in the summer, like I was this year. But one thing I want to say that uh, right now, anybody that is thinking about growing something, I almost forgot to like. So, oh, no worries. Thanks, Fazbear. Uh, Yes, thinking about growing, now is the time to be planting your spring garden. Now is the time to be thinking about what you want to grow, the seeds you want to grow, the plants you want to grow, or whatever you want to do with your garden. It's planting time. So people always say, well, what do you do during the wintertime? First of all, you extend your growing season as long as you can. They are sticky. They are they are sticker bushes. So yes, they are. Yes, they are. We have rose bushes. So if you're up in the rose bush, don't get stuck by the thorns. There you go. That's right. Hello, healthy living. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. I am Froze, as you can see, healthy living, and this is the second time I've come on. But I'm just going to be frozen. This is just like me being behind an avatar or something. So, because I can't keep taking it down and trying to come back on. Yes, I am healthy living with Miss Renee. If you guys don't know Miss Renee, guys, go ahead and check her out. Get to know her. She is a lovely lady. She goes live every single night at 9:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to catch her. She's always talking about something healthy living, and you can't see me, Miss Renee, but guess what? I have my water here, and I started it off with a swig. How about that? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Renee. So yes, I now's the time to start planning. If you want to grow something, um, figure out what you want to grow and think about why you want to grow it. Like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted with the being frozen and my stream taken down a few minutes ago. Yes, Fazbear, it's still gone. I think it's going to stay gone. Every year, I try to plant things that I know I want, whether I have been successful at it or not. And each year that I've only been gardening for a year. No, this is my second year. This is the end of my second year. So I've been gardening for 2 years. The first year I learned about overwatering. The second year, I actually have learned about what does, let me ask this, and man, I wish I might save that for another time when I'm actually on the panel. So I'm gonna save that because I really want to ask a question, but I want to save that because it's a huge question. It's a lot about what I learned this year, and it goes well beyond just gardening. Um, it's in life in general. And I was just amazed at what I learned. And so I want to share that with everybody, but I don't want to be frozen. I just don't. I don't want to be frozen while I'm sharing that. So I'm going to hold off on that particular subject matter. But yes, 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 yes. I try to grow things that I know I want to eat. Whether I have been successful in the past or not, as I was saying before my stream went down, is that last year, um, being my first year, the one thing I tried to grow, which I think most people beginning to garden, if they're in a climate where they can, they try tomatoes. For whatever reason, if a person likes tomatoes, that's one of the first things they try to grow. So naturally, that was one of the first things I tried to grow was tomatoes. Well, my tomato plants grew about 7 or 8 feet. I had lots and lots of blossoms. They blossomed everywhere. But out of the entire season last year, I got two tomatoes, just two. This year, so far, I've gotten 30. I've got about 20 still out there. And they're still blooming. I still have flowers coming. Well, granted, it doesn't get cold here in North Carolina until January or February. So I still have like 3 more months, at least 2.5 more months before it hits that freezing, and it still may not hit the freezing point at that point. So I'm gonna let them stay out there and let them do their thing. But last year I overwatered them. I drowned them to death. This year I think I watered my garden 2 or 3 times. I didn't need to. The soil stayed moist, and I learned from last year. If it doesn't need it, don't give it to it. So I didn't. I didn't water them, and I've got all these tomatoes. I've gotten five different kind. I have beefsteak. I think it's no four different kind. Beefsteak tomatoes, black cream tomatoes, black zebra, and what's the fourth one I have? I'm finally in here. All right, Uncle Joe, you made it in. So I have beefsteak, black cream, black zebra, brandy wine, and so I have all those varieties out there. And all total, by the end of the season, I will have had 60 or 70 tomatoes. I also learned this year that I didn't understand before that a harvest is a harvest. If you go out to your garden and you get one or two things, it's a harvest. You know, I thought last year, I was like, wow, I'm only getting strawberries. I would get two or three strawberries. I'm like, I'm not getting any harvest. A harvest, you think of a harvest, you want this big bushel of things. You want to go out there and you're picking strawberries for 20 or 30 minutes because you have so many, or tomatoes. But that's not necessarily so. It's not a picture, Oreo. Oh, the picture behind me, up behind my head. Yes, I would show it to you, but I can't because I'm frozen. Yes. So it is a harvest is a harvest is a harvest. I've seen some larger gardeners, people that have been doing this for years, people that have huge gardening channels. They'll show some, oh, this is my harvest for today. And they'll have like two peppers, handful of lettuce, and a cucumber. I'm like, wait, what? I'm looking for this big harvest. Come on now, y'all. I got these baskets. Oh my God, I wish I was not frozen. I would show you all these baskets that I have. That I got these baskets at the Goodwill, because y'all know that's my favorite place to be shopping these days. I got these baskets, these wicker baskets. One is red, one is green. They're just beautiful. Oh, at least to me they are. But at any rate, I got these baskets. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to have a harvest. I'm going to fill these baskets up. I've been watching other people now. There are some people, granted, they get the harvest that I thought you should really get. After 4 years, I finally, yes, they get, and so they get these harvests that I thought that that's what you had to get if you're gardening. I am excited. Thank you so much, Renee. I appreciate that, Miss Renee. And so, but that's not true. That, if you're, and then, you know what? Give us our daily bread. If I got a harvest like what I thought I wanted, every time I went out there, I'd have to be canning 24/7 or doing something with all that food. But your daily bread. So you go out there and you get enough lettuce for a salad with a cucumber and a couple of tomatoes, and you eat for the day. And I never thought of it like that. I always looked at it as, oh, I've got to get this great big harvest. But that's not it. That's not it. So if you're trying to grow something and you produce one bell pepper, you're blessed. You got a bell pepper. You did it. It means you did it. Now, if you want more, do whatever you did to get that one bell pepper, do it again and do it in abundance. If you have one plant and that's all it produced was one, then maybe you need to get three or four plants. You know, I have learned so much in these years, in these 2 years, and I'm ready to share what I've learned because I also thought that I couldn't share what I learned as far as gardening is concerned until I became this master gardener. As well as I know how to cook, I thought I had to know how to garden before I could share what I've learned. But that's not true because and that's in anything that you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. That's in anything if you share your knowledge because there's always somebody behind you. There's always somebody coming up. Someone started a garden this year and they only got one or two tomatoes. Someone will start a garden next year. Someone will start a garden the year after that, and it'll be their first year. It'll be the first time they ever grow anything, and they won't know what they're doing any more than I did. And I also learned that a lot of gardening, I don't care who you are or what you're doing, a lot of it is simply trial and error. A lot of it is simply trial and error. You really do learn by doing. All right, Fazbear, thank you so much for coming in. You be blessed and have a blessed evening. Sorry I was froze. Hopefully my Wi-Fi extender will be here and I won't be froze anymore after today. Healthy Living with Miss Renee says, this is my first year. And Ola Joe says, yes, trial and error. Yes, I learned that the hard way. I really had no clue. I thought, and you know what I also learned? Then some of the things that I feel I learned were self-explanatory. Hello, Mama Ray Ray. How are you? This is my second time coming on, Mama Ray Ray, and I'm froze again. I was froze the first time. I tried to get it corrected, and I'm froze again. So since you guys can hear me, I decided to stay froze, and this is just like an avatar. I'm just blessed. I got a big avatar. How about that? So I hope you can hear me okay as well, Mama Ray Ray. I hope you can hear me as well. So, I also learned, like with the word speaking to Mama Ray Ray, and so is Ola Joe, and so is Miss Renee. Yes. Oreo Mouse says, okay, wow, cool. Yes, yes, yes. So, in the trial and error, I've also learned that reading is truly fundamental. And I would read the packs of seeds that I had like last year. I read them, but then I didn't pay attention to what I read. And I read it, but I was like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. If it said put two seeds an inch apart, I'd put 8 seeds in there, not necessarily an inch apart. Because I'm thinking, what in the world is two little old seeds going to do? Well, it's true. If you do what they say on the package, it works. And I understand why they say two or three seeds, because if one doesn't take root, the other two will. But what I was very successful, I do the same thing. I know, and I learned not to do that. Or I learned this year, I looked at the seeds, I looked on the back, and whatever it said do, I did. That's how I got all those tomatoes. I've got carrots out there, I've got peppers out there. I harvested a bunch of radishes. I've got some collard greens out there now. Nope, nope, nope. Turnip greens. I have turnip greens out there. And I don't know how they're going to do. I actually haven't been able to, well, I could have, but I didn't, I have not checked on them for the last 2.5 days, simply because it's been pouring down rain. I mean, literally cats and dogs. I'm gardening in containers on my deck, but I would have needed boots, umbrella, coat. I would have needed everything. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just let nature do its thing. It's rainwater, so it should be helping. And I did not go. Miss Renee says, I thought I was the only one who pooped. Nope, nope. And that's what I learned, Miss Renee. And that's why I said this year I'm gonna do my lives over on container crops, because I have a whole lot to share. And I'm gonna let Chef and Ward go ahead and do his things with the videos. So y'all keep watching Chef and Ward videos. Now I need that too. I'm not saying that, but my lives are going to be on container crops, because I got a lot of information to share, and I'm going to be trying to put together a community over here of people who are interested in growing and want to grow. And I feel like everybody, if you eat, you need to grow something. You need to grow something. And I don't care if you live in an apartment with four walls and no windows, you can grow something. There's things called grow lights if you need the light. There are people that grow inside all the time. All the time. They grow everything inside. So it's doable. And I say if you grow one thing, yes, Mama Ray Ray, I'm frozen. I've been frozen the whole time, and I decided to continue with my live frozen because you can hear me. And it's just like being behind an avatar. Ola Joe says, all the time. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And so I decided that everybody should grow one thing. But what got me the most, that I am now, after a greenhouse. And when I say a greenhouse, I mean a greenhouse. I mean literally. I want a large greenhouse. Um, I want a large greenhouse. I need a place with a yard where I can put a large greenhouse where I can seriously grow year round. Um, because what got me the most was, like I said, my father grew our whole yard. We had a huge backyard, and the entire perimeter of the yard was a garden. He grew everything out there. He had peach trees and pear trees and collard greens and mustard greens and turnips and onions and cucumbers, and I don't know what else. He had everything I can think of out there, and I didn't pay attention. I was a kid. I wanted to water it because I knew if I volunteered to water the vegetables, I got to play in the water. I wanted to pick them because I knew if I picked them, I could eat them. Outside of that, that was his garden, not mine. I'm not going out there pulling the weeds. So now unless I had to. I had to. But now, yes, a greenhouse would be nice. Yes, I want to garden year round because this year my rosemary plant, um, my rosemary bush, I should say, it is a small bush. It doesn't die. So it doesn't matter how cold it is or whatever, it survives and thrives throughout the entire winter. So it just keeps on growing. Last year I used some of my rosemary when it first started growing. And I took that piece of rosemary and I think I was basting a steak with it or something. But oh my God, I brought in about 4 sprigs of rosemary. And if any of you all have ever shopped and bought rosemary out the grocery store, I brought in about 4 sprigs of that rosemary. And I laid it on the counter. Washed it, laid it on the counter. My husband comes down the steps. He's like, "What in the world did you spray?" I'm like, "I didn't spray anything. What are you talking about?" He said, "What is that I smell? It smells like Christmas in here." I was like, wow, it was that strong, just 4 little sprigs. I said, "You probably smelling my rosemary." And he was amazed. He said, "That's your rosemary?" I'm like, "That's my rosemary." Then I used it. And oh my goodness, the taste. I have bought fresh herbs, what I thought was fresh herbs, from everything from, oh, what do you call them? What do you call them, guys? What do you call them? Somebody help me out. What do you call them? Farmers markets. From the grocery store, from farmers markets, I bought fresh, what I thought was fresh herbs of all kinds. The same thing happened with my basil. Oh my God, the taste of that basil sprinkled on some pizza or anything, it is amazing. And when I used my own, out of my own garden, the taste was something that I had never tasted before. The smell, the aroma, it was just divine. And I thought to myself, well, when they say fresh herbs in the grocery store, number one, they can't be that fresh because they've had to bring them in. And we really don't know how long it took them from the time it was cut off of the vine. And that's everything. From the time it was cut off the vine till it got in the store, and how long it was in the store before we bought it. The same thing at the farmer's market. At the farmer's market, that's a little closer, maybe, but that's just like you don't eat everything from somebody else's house because you don't know when they cooked it. We don't know when they harvested it. They could have harvested it a week ago and found a way to keep it looking like it was fresh. All I know is the taste, the smell, the aroma, everything was like I had never experienced before in my entire life. I'm 61 years old. I had never experienced anything that fresh before. I said, "Oh Lord, have mercy. I'm getting ready to grow everything I can get my hands on now. Everything I can get my hands on." So that's why I want a greenhouse. That's why I want a greenhouse. Talking about growing your groceries, growing your own groceries. Yes, yes. Now, I'm not ready for the chickens and the eggs yet. Mama Ray Ray says, "I love the farmer's market. Their stuff don't stay around long." I know it doesn't, but it's not as fresh as your own. That's what I'm saying. because you still don't know how long it took them to harvest it and get it to the farmer's market. But when you go outside on your own step, your own stoop, your own balcony, your own kitchen countertop under a grow light, you harvest it, you bring it in, and you cook it right then on the spot, or you fix it and eat it right then on the spot. Last year I had some romaine lettuce that I grew. Oh my God, the crispiness of the lettuce. I might as well have been eating iceberg. It was so crispy. I'm like, okay, take crispy, tasty. It was just simply amazing. Simply amazing. So yes, those are reasons why. And yes, the stuff at the farmers market does not last long because everybody thinks that they're getting the freshest of the fresh. It's stuff that they can get, and I get that. LOL icebergs. Yes, you are so right, Mama Ray Ray, on that one. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And guys, if you all don't know each other, we got Mama Ray Ray in the house. We got Ola Joe in the house. We got Miss Renee in the house. Oreo Mouse is in the house. I know we had life with Ora. I don't know if they're still here. Let me check and see if I can see who is still here in the house. Anybody that does not know anybody, always feel free to get to know each other, guys. There's nothing wrong with meeting and greeting and speaking to each other and talking to each other. Ola Joe is still in the house. She said, hey. Yes, 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 yes. So I pray that I will get this Wi-Fi extender soon, like tomorrow, because if this don't show up tomorrow, I'm calling them. This is supposed to be here in 2 days. And I could have swore I talked to them Wednesday, but maybe it was Thursday, and I'm going to give them the weekend. And I'm praying that this Wi-Fi extender solves my issue with me being frozen. Um, so that I can have better lives and longer lives. Yes, but those are the things that I wanted to really announce. As you all know, if you don't know, anybody that's here that does not know, container crops, I am now monetized over here on my second channel. Yay, hooray for me, hooray for me. So I want to thank all of you all that came to the live today. And I just want to end the live with a quick prayer. I want to thank God for each and every one of you all that was able to come to the live. Thank God and ask Him to bless you, each and every one of you all that have attended the live. For those that wanted to attend the lives that could not attend the live. For those that are on the roof and were afraid for whatever reason to come off the roof, I ask God to bless them. And I ask God to bless those that are unable to come to the live or unable to even be here with us in any form or fashion. And I thank God for each and every one of you all. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Have a very, very blessed and prosperous week. And we pray that everybody prospers, has a wonderful week, health, wealth, and divine living. In Jesus' name we pray. I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Good night, everyone.